I'm going to take a Abruzzi first. We're going to do a Abruzzi before we do Florida. Have any tips for playing Sherman effectively? Don't. You probably don't want my opinion. You don't want me telling you how to play Sherman. I don't like Sherman, right? I have a video on the channel from a while ago that basically I kind of summed up why I don't like Sherman. For me, I get why she's a good boat. I don't like her. All right, middle tier, Ranger planes, I'll be fine. I'm going to wish I had the defensive fire, probably. A lot of light cruisers. All right, we'll see how it goes. For me, Sherman is an all-gun American destroyer that handles like a fat cow. The ship is designed to sit in smoke and farm damage, just like a Groningen or a Friesland. And I don't particularly care for either of those ships either. The only thing that makes me that I like enjoy about playing like Friesland, the thing melts planes.
So many babes.
So it's super fun,
Don't worry,
right?
girl.
It's super fun to play a Friesland because the enemy carrier is like, oh, a destroyer, and you're like, you swat his planes out of the sky like they're nothing, and it's fun. But I generally do not enjoy playing Sherman because it doesn't have the torpedo armor is basically garbage. You have to get everything out of the guns. You have to sit in smoke to use the guns effectively much of the time. She's a high detection, so you can't ambush with her. You can't really ambush people with her. She handles like a pig, so maneuvering around incoming torpedoes, not really a thing. Like she's really tough. Deacon likes Sherman. Deacon plays Sherman quite a bit. He's probably the one you want to ask. The trick to me, and I see this happen to him all the time, right? He ends up taking a whole bunch of torpedoes in that ship because you have to sit in smoke for it to be effective. All right, so we have a Udachi up here. Ugh. All right, that'll be interesting. And so to me then, Sherman is most effective in probably a div with other people to spot for her. She can't spot out of her own smoke very much. She does have good hydro, right? So she'd make a great defensive destroyer, right? If you have to push into a Sherman, especially as opposing destroyer, you want none of that crap. None of it. Why do I have AP in the barrel? What is that garbage? So our radar effed off. Hold on. What is this guy doing? Guys,
There can be
put a
only
stop to
one
that, please.
King. You fuck. Coochie coochie. Coochie coochie. Oh yeah, if it bleeds, I can kill it.
I don't know why this guy thinks he can cap. Yep, he's done. Next. Pro tip, guys, don't take your heavy cruiser with a 12.5 kilometer detection and drive into the middle of the board at the beginning of the game. Keep that one on your radar. That's not how you win games. Looking to see if this Nuremberg and this Yudachi are divvied up, but they aren't. All right. I need to push in here and flush out this Yudachi. Gotta figure out how to do that. Or even offing the Nuremberg would be good. Would be a good time. You're so cute. You think your little German popgun AP will hurt me? Good news is we're beating up on this NorCal pretty good. We've pushed him way off the cap. And this Yudachi is really hung out to dry, honestly. In fact, if the Terps can catch a glimpse of him, we can probably put him out.
Next time.
Yeah, he ran north. Our Tallinn has never once used his radar, so that we could spot and slaughter this Yudachi. Oh, son of a... Get moving, you fat pig. Oh, gods. I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to take two of these.
Team has taken the lead.
Damn it.
This is gonna fuck up my head. Much better.
That is really irritating. That's because Yudachi is terrible. Like, why would you ever play Yudachi when Shiratsuyu exists? Shira's such a better ship. Like, it's not even close. Oh, good, our Tallinn got his face melted off, never once having used a radar. Why would you bring a Tallinn and never push the radar button? I do not understand. I legitimately do not understand why you would take a radar cruiser and never once use your radar. Why did you bother then? Angry noises. All right, we killed the NorCal. That leaves the Nuremberg that no one will shoot at. And the Dzeve Provincia that no one can kill. Our Ark Royal has finally figured it out. Oh, that's mythic. I just realized our Ark Royal was mythic. Well, he's not going to be able to do anything against the Dzeve with those planes.
Where's a hammer when you need one?
We at least have a lead. We have a two-ship lead. We have a cap lead here. They got the Nuremberg. That's something. Okay. You are healing, but I do not think it will matter. I do believe I will kill you right now. Excellent. Abruzzi strikes again. All right. Let's heal up and get back in this. We've got a nice, solid ship lead at this point. This Yudachi somehow is still alive. Whatever. Did their carrier die? No, we just haven't seen him in a while. All right, I'm going to go cap C. Let's go flush this Yudachi out and kill him. I don't know, Castle. Alba and Furutaka are also really good boats. They're not as good as Miyoko, but they're really good boats. Especially Alba. Alba's where the line, to me, gets really good. Furutaka can be a bit frustrating. Alba's where the line's like, oh, I get an 11-second reload on these guns? Yes, please. Like, oh, you can do so many nasty things. It irritates me that this Yudachi is up here doing anything and is still alive. Like, God, I hate that boat. Yudachi phobia. It's classic. All right, Mythic's coming to spot this clown. Let's figure out where he ran off to. The Legal, he's spotted by the Legal is spotted. I'm not. So either he effed off. I think he's in this gap over here. I think the torpedo planes are about to stumble right over it. No, I'm lit now.
Something smells.
Aha! Look who I found, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What is up? Smoke all you want. You're still dead. All right. We're going to finish capping, and then we're going to get back south.
Coochie, coochie.
Yeah, no, that was never going to be a thing, little Yudachi.
Coochie, coochie.
That was not going to be a thing. Fair enough, Castle. Fair enough. I mean, Miyoko does have a lot of good guns. The struggle that I have with Miyoko is that there are times that's like, you know, like I always say, Miyoko is a ship that wants to kite. You want your enemies pushing into you. That's why I had that good game in Miyoko earlier, right? Like, that's a ship, want them pushing into you. If you can set that up, you are in great shape. If you can't, if you have to try and push or chase with a Miyoko, she's not as good. She's not bad, she's simply not as good. Whereas an Alba or a Furutaka are better equipped for that chase, especially Alba with the faster reload. All right, we can charge right through the middle of the board and see what we can find to shoot. Actually, no. We're going to run down the 8 line, see if I can run down the Ranger. The black version of... Interesting. Oh, that makes sense, Classic. That makes sense. McGibb, you and I both, buddy. In fact, there was a time that Furutaka was arguably one of the worst ships in the entire game to grind through. She was miserable. Horrible experience. The old single 200mm turrets that had like a 80-second traverse or whatever the hell it was. It was awful. Crazy bad. And then finally, somewhere along the way, Wargaming did away with the old A-hull Furutaka.
You crazy son of a bitch.
And then invented a C-hull Furutaka. And the new C-hull Furutaka is amazeballs. That ship is so good. Classic with the resub. Thank you much. Welcome in, Classic. When we were whiskey shopping on Friday in London, Classic and I were having a conversation. I mean, it would have been Thursday night before we did the shopping in earnest, but he was a big help. His experience with whiskey exceeds my own. So we had a couple of good conversations. It's unfortunate, classic, that we did not find anything in the airport. There was nothing in duty free that was worth picking up. It was all like, I did find so the whiskey shop I sent you pictures of, they had the Bruichladdich on the shelf, but they did not have the black art. They had about 4 or 5 other, expressions, varieties, but not the black art, which was unfortunate. But it was about the same price. Surprisingly, for a game where I didn't do a whole lot of damage, it seems like I came out okay on XP. That's not a terrible XP result. Turpitz definitely earned that. He got into that cap and got work done. Now, Ginger is threatening me with a stream where we open up all the booze, right? We went with, when we were in Australia many years ago, we bought little collapsible duffel bags, right? They just stuffed down to nothing. And we carried one of those with us. She was going to go fabric shopping in the West End, and we were going to bring back all this fabric. Well, we never made it over there. Instead, we went whiskey shopping in Covent Garden, and we brought back a whole bunch of whiskey. But we weren't going to pack the whiskey in the soft-sided bag, so all the whiskey bottles went in the hard-shell suitcases, and all the dirty clothes went in the soft-sided bag. So, yeah, Mythic, that was you, buddy. You were my Ark Royal. Well done. You had a good game. In fact, I don't think I comped you. I should do that. Getting you there to spot that Udachi was a big help at the end. Did I not comp you? You had a solid game there. Yeah. Take one of these. So we ended up loading up. Let's see. What did we bring back? We brought back 2 bottles as gifts. One for my brother-in-law, one for Happa. Ginger brought back a bottle of scotch that was recommended to her that she tasted she liked. And I brought back 2 different samplers. One of Irish whiskey and one of Australian whiskey. One of the shops we went in, they were sampling. The guy poured us a sample of an Australian whiskey we'd never heard of, and I was like, "Hey, that's pretty solid."
Unfortunately, it was a barrel pick by that store.
Unfortunately for them, what he sampled us was a barrel pick for that chain, and that they didn't have. It was like their last bottle, and it was down to this, and they had none to sell. The next place that we went had a sampler pack that was small 200 milliliter bottles of 3 different expressions from that particular distillery. So I bought that and brought that home so I could try them out.